The courtroom is silent, except for the faint hum of the air conditioning. All eyes are on Kody as he takes the stand, sweat beading on his forehead, hands trembling. Secrets that were buried for years are about to explode in front of everyone, and no one will leave the room the same. The morning sun filters through the tall windows of the courthouse, casting long, cold shadows across the room. The air smells faintly of old wood and polished floors, but tension hangs heavier than any scent. Kody Brown walks into the courtroom, the weight of his family's secrets pressing down on him. Christine sits stiffly on one side, eyes narrowed, while Meri fiddles nervously with the strap of her purse, glancing at the jury as if willing them to understand the depths of betrayal they are about to witness. Robyn's hands are clasped tightly in her lap, knuckles white, jaw set. Janelle leans back, a calm exterior belying the storm of thoughts racing through her mind. Each wife has come prepared, not just to face Kody, but to face each other. And the courtroom is a powder keg waiting for the smallest spark. The prosecutor's voice cuts through the quiet. "Mr. Brown, can you tell this court where you were the night of the incident?" Kody swallows hard. The question seems simple, but he knows it carries consequences far beyond a mere timeline. He hesitates, and the courtroom leans in, the collective breath holding. I was at home," Kody says finally, his voice trembling. But the defense attorney's eyes catch something. A lie, just faint enough to raise suspicion. Christine's lips twitch in barely restrained anger, and Meri's eyes well up as a memory she never wanted to revisit surfaces. Flashbacks start to flicker in Kody's mind. Quiet nights in the house, whispered conversations behind closed doors, secret messages deleted before anyone else could see. Every action, every word, now under the microscope. The wives exchange subtle glances. Alliances form silently. A network of suspicion and hurt. The judge leans forward, eyes sharp. "Mr. Brown, the evidence we have suggests discrepancies in your story. Are you willing to be completely honest with this court?" Kody swallows again, glancing at his wives. His mouth opens to speak, but before he can, the door bursts open. A delivery clerk, holding an envelope marked with urgency. Everyone freezes. Even the bailiff leans in, the tension now palpable, almost electric. Robyn's eyes widen. Christine's hand flies to her mouth. Meri's knees wobble as she tries to stand, but the judge gestures for calm. Slowly, the envelope is handed to Kody. He opens it, fingers trembling, and his eyes scan the pages. The words on the paper are a bombshell. Undisclosed financial transactions, secret meetings, and confessions Kody never intended to be revealed. Each wife reacts differently. Disbelief, anger, and a creeping sense of vindication mix into a chaotic tableau. The jury leans forward, captivated. This was no ordinary case. This was a war waged behind closed doors, now spilling into public view. Kody's world is unraveling, and each revelation seems to push him further to the edge. The first session ends with a silence so thick it's almost suffocating. The wives exchange looks. They know this is only the beginning. And Kody, he realizes that the fight for his family's truth has only just begun. The courtroom is almost eerily quiet now, but the tension is electric. Kody stands frozen, the envelope's contents still burning in his hands. Every heartbeat echoes like a drum in his skull. Robyn leans forward, eyes narrowed, her entire body rigid with anticipation. Christine sits back, arms crossed, jaw tight, a silent storm brewing behind her steely gaze. The prosecutor clears her throat, breaking the silence. "Mr. Brown, can you explain these transactions?" Kody swallows, trying to steady his voice. I didn't think they were important. They were just small loans, nothing." Christine interrupts sharply, voice cutting like a knife. "Small? Do you even hear yourself? You've been lying to us for months." The courtroom gasps. Even the judge frowns, raising an eyebrow at the unexpected eruption. Kody's shoulders slump, guilt and fear warring inside him. Every wife stares, eyes burning into him with judgment, betrayal, and hurt. Meri's voice trembles as she stands. "Kody, all these years, we trusted you. And now, this? Her hands shake, tears glimmering in her eyes. How could you hide this from us? Janelle leans forward, whispering under her breath, "It's not just about the money." Her words hang like smoke in the tense courtroom air. Robyn's eyes flicker with realization. Something bigger, something deeper than finances, is about to surface. The prosecutor slides another set of papers across the table. Photographs, emails, and texts. Each one a dagger aimed at the heart of Kody's carefully curated image of his family life. The jury leans in, eyes wide, as if anticipating the explosion that's coming. Kody flips through the documents, each one exposing more than just lies, betrayals, secret alliances, and whispers of affairs that he had hoped would remain buried. Christine's hand trembles as she reaches for her water glass, but doesn't drink, her knuckles white with anger. Robyn bites her lip, trying to maintain composure, but the strain is written all over her face. The judge's gavel taps sharply. "Order. Mr. Brown, you are under oath. Everything must be disclosed." Kody gulps. The air is thick, suffocating every breath and effort. He glances at his wives. Their faces are a mixture of pain and anticipation, love twisted into suspicion. He knows that one wrong word could shatter everything. Then, the unexpected happens. The courtroom doors burst open again. A lawyer representing a former business partner enters, holding a file labeled "Confidential Witness Statement." Murmurs ripple through the room. The prosecutor's eyes widen slightly. Even she hadn't anticipated this. The witness steps forward, a figure familiar to the family, someone they all thought had been on the sidelines. The woman's gaze sweeps across the courtroom, stopping on Kody. Her voice is steady, chillingly calm. "I've been holding back information, but it's time the court knows the truth." Robyn gasps audibly. Christine leans forward, eyes narrowing. Meri swallows hard, gripping the edge of the chair. Janelle's expression hardens. This is the moment she's been dreading. The hidden truth ready to surface. The witness opens the file, producing documents that confirm hidden communications, undisclosed meetings, and motives none of them had suspected. Kody's face pales, beads of sweat forming along his hairline. The wives exchange shocked glances. Alliances shift silently, a fragile web of trust crumbling in real time. The judge interrupts, voice firm but cautious. "We will proceed carefully. All parties must have the opportunity to respond." Kody swallows, heart hammering. He realizes the walls are closing in. Every lie, every secret, every betrayal is now on the table. The next moments will determine not just the outcome of the case, but the fate of his family's relationships forever. The air in the courtroom feels suffocating, almost alive with anticipation. Every eye is fixed on Kody, but the wives' faces tell their own story. Fear, hurt, and a simmering anger that threatens to boil over. The witness who just entered stands firm, clutching the file as if it were a weapon. Their calm composure only makes the room's tension sharper. The prosecutor gestures toward the witness. "Please, state your name and relationship to the parties involved." The witness takes a deep breath, voice steady, yet cold. "I am someone who has watched this family from the outside, and I have documents proving meetings, communications, and promises that were never disclosed. What you are about to hear changes everything you thought you knew." Kody's hands shake. Robyn's eyes widen. Christine's jaw tightens so hard it looks like it might crack. Even Janelle leans forward slightly, sensing the storm about to break. Meri's breath catches, and she grips her purse like a lifeline. The witness begins reading aloud, snippets of emails, hidden financial records, and secret messages exchanged in whispers and shadows. Each revelation hits like a hammer. The wives react differently. Robyn flinches as if struck. Christine shakes her head in disbelief. Meri's lips quiver with silent sobs, and Janelle's fingers drum nervously on the armrest of her chair. Kody tries to defend himself, voice cracking. I didn't think it mattered. I never wanted to hurt anyone." But the words hang in the air, weak, unconvincing. The wives exchange glances. No one believes him. Not now. The judge interrupts, voice stern but deliberate. "Mr. Brown, you must answer truthfully. The evidence presented is substantial." Christine's voice cuts through, sharp and accusing. Truthfully? After all these years of lies? After all the secrets? Her hand trembles as she gestures at the files. Do you even realize what you've done to us? Robyn leans forward, voice trembling but firm. Kody, how could you hide this from all of us? From our children? Kody swallows hard, tears forming in his eyes. Flashbacks flood his mind. Quiet conversations late at night, hidden meetings, promises he thought were harmless. Each memory is a double-edged sword now, proof of actions he can never take back. The witness flips to another page, their eyes scanning the courtroom. There's more. Meetings you never disclosed, emails you deleted, promises broken. The truth is far worse than you imagine. Meri stands abruptly, voice trembling. I just can't. She retreats a few steps, tears spilling freely. The courtroom is silent for a moment, the raw emotion almost tangible. The jury members shift uncomfortably, clearly affected. Janelle finally speaks, calm but cold. This isn't just about money or secrets. It's about trust. And you, Kody, shattered it. The intensity reaches a fever pitch. Kody's face pales, lips quivering, hands trembling. He glances at each wife, silently begging for forgiveness that may never come. The courtroom feels like it's closing in around him, every wall pressing in, every eye a silent judge. Suddenly, the witness drops a single document onto the table, a hidden recording, one that captures a conversation none of the wives were meant to hear. Gasps ripple through the room. Robyn covers her mouth. Christine's eyes narrow dangerously. Meri's knees wobble as she struggles to stay standing. The judge leans forward. We will review this recording immediately. Everyone, remain seated. The courtroom buzzes with shock. The jury exchanges glances, whispers spreading like wildfire. Kody's heart pounds. He knows this recording could change everything. The verdict, the family, even his own life. As the audio begins, a hush falls over the room. Voices, promises, and confessions echo through the space, each one a dagger to the fragile ties holding the family together. Robyn bursts into tears. Christine clenches her fists. Meri sobs quietly, and Janelle's expression hardens into icy resolve. The courtroom air feels heavy, almost electric. Every heartbeat echoes in Kody's chest, and each wife's gaze pierces him like 1,000 knives. The recording has ended, but the silence that follows is louder than any accusation. The jury sits frozen, leaning forward as if the weight of the Brown family's secrets is pressing down on them too. Kody swallows hard. I never meant for this to happen, he says, voice barely audible, shaking with a mixture of fear, guilt, and desperation. Robyn shakes her head, tears streaming down her cheeks, and Christine slams her hand on the table, a sharp crack splitting the tension like thunder. The prosecutor leans in, voice firm but steady. Mr. Brown, the court needs to know the truth about your communications with each of your wives. Were there promises made that were broken? Kody's eyes dart from Robyn to Christine, from Meri to Janelle. Each wife is a storm of emotion. Anger, sadness, a disbelief, betrayal. And Kody realizes he is surrounded by forces he can no longer control. His mind races, memories of whispered conversations, hidden meetings, and late-night phone calls flashing before his eyes like a chaotic montage. Meri stands, her voice trembling but loud enough for the entire courtroom to hear. I trusted you, Kody. I believed in us, in our family. And you lied. All of it. Her hands shake as she grips the edge of the table, knuckles white. The courtroom is silent except for her sobs. Christine's voice cuts in next, sharp and bitter. Lies are one thing, but betrayal? That's a whole different story. You've fractured this family, Kody, and for what? Robyn leans forward, eyes glistening, her voice shaking with emotion. We were supposed to be a team. We were supposed to trust each other. And now I don't even know who you are anymore. The witness from earlier steps forward again, producing another envelope, heavier this time. The room holds its breath as the prosecutor opens it. Inside are photographs, receipts, and documents, some dating back years, that reveal Kody's clandestine meetings with individuals outside the family, connections no one suspected. Each document feels like a hammer, hitting the fragile walls of trust the wives had built over decades. Janelle leans back, swallowing hard. So all of this, was happening behind our backs? Her voice is calm, but edged with disbelief. The kind that cuts deeper than anger. Robyn shakes, unable to speak, and Meri's tears fall freely now. A mixture of sorrow and rage. Christine glares at Kody, her entire being radiating hurt and fury. Kody's voice cracks. I didn't want anyone to get hurt. I thought I could manage it all. Keep everything under control. But the words hang uselessly in the air. No one believes him anymore. The wives exchange knowing glances. The unspoken understanding is clear. Trust has been broken beyond repair. Suddenly, the courtroom doors swing open again. Another witness, someone close to the family but previously unseen, enters. Eyes lock on Kody. I've waited to speak, they say, voice steady but urgent. It's time you all hear the truth, the whole truth. The wives gasp. Robyn's hands fly to her face. Christine leans forward, tense. Meri shakes her head, almost refusing to believe it. Janelle's jaw tightens. She knows this will be explosive. The witness reveals messages and conversations that expose hidden alliances, old grievances, and secrets that Kody had hoped would never surface. The courtroom feels like it is closing in. Walls pressing, air thick with tension, every sound amplified. Kody's eyes widen as the pieces of his carefully controlled life unravel. Each wife reacts differently, but the shared sense of betrayal is overwhelming. Robyn cries openly. Christine shakes with rage. Meri seems to shrink into herself, and Janelle's composure teeters on the edge of breaking. The judge leans forward. We will pause briefly to review these new findings. All parties remain under oath. The gavel hits, echoing like a heartbeat. Kody sits, shoulders slumped, staring at the table, the enormity of the moment sinking in. The wives' faces are unreadable, but charged with silent judgment. The courtroom feels charged, almost vibrating with tension. Every eye is on Kody, whose hands are now trembling uncontrollably. The weight of decades of secrets has reached its apex, and even the air seems heavy, thick with anticipation. The wives sit like statues, each consumed with their own storm of betrayal, disbelief, and anger. The judge clears his throat, breaking the silence. Mr. Brown, the court has received all submitted evidence. You are now expected to address the claims directly. Kody exhales sharply. I never meant to hurt anyone. I thought I could handle it all. His voice falters, cracking under the weight of guilt. Robyn leans forward, shaking her head, tears streaming. Christine's eyes flash with fury, jaw tight, nails digging into the table. Meri's hands tremble, while Janelle watches Kody with piercing intensity, reading every nuance of his guilt. The prosecutor stands, her voice calm but icy. Mr. Brown, the documents and recordings presented to this court show a pattern. Secret meetings, hidden communications, and promises broken. Do you acknowledge these actions? Kody hesitates, the courtroom hanging on his every word. Yes, I acknowledge them, he admits, voice low, eyes darting from wife to wife. The wives' reactions are instantaneous and visceral. Robyn sobs quietly. Christine's fists slam onto the table, Meri bites her lip to stop a cry, and Janelle's expression hardens into a mask of cold resolve. The witness who revealed the recordings steps forward again. There is more, Your Honor. These records prove interactions that none of the wives were aware of. Meetings, secret conversations, and plans that could have affected their lives without their knowledge. Kody's stomach twists. Each revelation slices into the fragile remnants of trust he once thought unshakable. The wives exchange glances, silent yet powerful communications passing between them. Alliances are shifting. Tensions are at a boiling point. Suddenly, the doors open again. A former confidant of Kody's enters, someone the wives never expected to see here. Gasps ripple through the room. The woman's gaze locks on Kody, calm but unyielding. I can no longer remain silent. You all deserve the truth. She produces a set of letters and photographs, each one a dagger aimed at the heart of the Brown family's stability. Hidden interactions, unspoken agreements, and private confessions are laid bare. Robyn's hands fly to her mouth. Christine leans forward, jaw tight. Meri's knees wobble, and Janelle's fingers drum nervously on the table. The tension is unbearable. Every document, every photo, every word of testimony slices into the family's foundation. Kody's mind races. How can he possibly repair this? How can he face his wives when every lie, every secret, every broken promise is now exposed? The witness produces a hidden recording. Conversations between Kody and external associates revealing intentions, promises, and private confessions. The room freezes as the audio plays. Robyn's eyes widen in disbelief. Christine's fists tighten. Meri's lips quiver, and Janelle leans in, absorbing every word with icy precision. The jury sits forward, captivated. Every word, every pause, every inflection is magnified. Kody realizes the walls are closing in, not just legally, but emotionally, morally, and personally. This recording could redefine the relationships, alliances, and future of everyone in that room. Kody's voice cracks as he attempts to explain. I thought I was doing what was best. I didn't mean to betray anyone. But the courtroom does not soften. The wives' expressions say it all. Forgiveness is far from certain. The judge rises, voice solemn. Given the new evidence and the testimonies, we will adjourn briefly. All parties remain under oath, and the court expects full cooperation when proceedings resume. Kody slumps in his chair, the weight of everything pressing down like a physical force. The wives exchange glances. Quiet, loaded with judgment, betrayal, and grief. Outside the courtroom, the world feels heavy, as though it is holding its breath, waiting to see what will come next. The session closes with tension almost palpable, leaving everyone, Kody, his wives, the jury, and the audience, on the edge of their seats, desperate to know what will unfold in the next chapter of this storm.